County commissioners and the other elected officials have the help of several boards and other organizations to provide the needed services in a county.
These boards are working together to provide services to citizens in all areas.
Probably no service is more valuable than making sure money is spent wisely and taxes are fairly assessed. That starts with the citizens who serve on the Excise and Equalization Board.
There are 3 members on the board, and one is appointed by the district judge, one by the Oklahoma Tax Commission, I think with some input from the state senator, and then the third is by the county commissioners.
Of course, the secretary of both the Equalization Board and the Excise Board is the county clerk.
Everything that they perform is in an open meeting, and it's open to the public, and they act as our checks and balances system, and they're a vital part of our budget process.
While the members serve on both boards, the purpose of each is quite different.
The primary function of the Excise Board is to provide oversight to the financing or the finances of the county. In other words, we have to approve any money that's budgeted and spent by the county.
And the Excise Board reviews both all the school budgets and requests, as well as municipal budgets and things.
Income to the county and the budget needs of each department are balanced to create the annual county budget.
There are 2 types of budgeting processes used in counties. Payne County has a budget board.
For most counties, though, the Board of Commissioners creates the budget. In either case, the Excise Board has the duty to review and approve the final budget. They also set the property tax levy for county government, as well as the school districts and municipalities, according to state statutory guidelines. While the Excise Board largely looks at money being spent, the Equalization Board has a different function.
The Equalization Board's primary function is to ensure that the property is taxed equitably among all classes of taxpayers in the county.
Essentially, they try to make everything equal, assuring every property owner pays their fair share, proportionate to property value. Citizens who believe their property is incorrectly assessed can file a protest with the Equalization Board. Correcting errors after the tax rolls have been certified falls to another board, the Board of Tax Roll Corrections.
That board is made up of a county commissioner, the chairman of the Excise Equalization Board, and the assessor.
The Board of Tax Roll Corrections is authorized to hear allegations of errors, mistakes, or differences regarding items on the tax rolls.
For some unknown reason or reasons that come about, maybe the assessor didn't know, or they're out of business, or they taxed something that had gone to be a non-taxable status, well, it's already certified on the tax roll that way that well, you cannot just arbitrarily change it. You have to go to the Tax Roll Correction Board and present that case.
And mainly it's to correct clerical errors that are made so that it can be handled locally.
Another appointed official within the county is the County Board Election Secretary.
The County Election Board secretaries are appointed by the State Election Board.
The election board secretaries have many responsibilities. The total operations of election from top to bottom, from registering individuals to vote, to getting candidates filed for office, to printing the ballots, to cleaning the machines, to setting up the polling places, to training the precinct officials. We do quite a bit in here.
Yearly we have elections for school board. They have an annual school election, and there may well be other elections beyond that, special bond elections throughout the year. Additionally, every 2 years, and in some cases every year, municipalities have elections, so we also conduct those. We also conduct elections for rural fire districts, rural road improvement districts.
A lot of people say, well, you just work once every 4 years, but that's truly not true, and we do elections all the time.
The election board itself helps ensure the accuracy and fairness of every election.
Election board's primary responsibility is to certify the elections.
We have 3 members, myself as secretary. I'm kind of the nonpartisan member, as you would be. Then we have a Republican member and a Democratic member. One's the chair and one's the vice chair.
And the chairman and vice chairman are selected by the political parties. Their nominations are made by the political parties to the state election board, and the state election board appoints the two party members for 4-year terms.
Voting is something that is so very important. If people want to feel like they belong to their government, they have to participate in their government, and it starts with a very basic thing of voting.
Many citizens don't realize the local Oklahoma Cooperative Extension Office is funded jointly by Oklahoma State University and local county government.
The Extension Office, I feel, is very unique in that we offer a variety of different programs and educational resources.
The main thing that OSU Extension offers is unbiased, research-based, university research-based information for the citizens of Oklahoma.
The county offices are cooperatively funded through the county, state, and federal funds. You will see some counties that are 2 staff, some counties that are up to 8 staff.
We work very closely with county decision makers to design and incorporate the kind of services that each county needs. Each county is particular, with the services it needs.
We have a variety of information for everybody, and it's not just focused on one thing.
The Extension Office serves the county in 4 program areas:
4-H, Family Consumer Sciences, Agriculture, and Rural Community Development or Economic Development.
One of the things I like to say is if you don't have the answer, we probably do.
Many county extension offices work closely with fair boards to provide county free fairs and district livestock shows.
I think the importance of a free fair is probably 2 or 3 things. One, it brings the community together. Agriculture is definitely a big thing in Oklahoma, so our free fair gives the people of our county an opportunity to show off what they've done in agriculture, whether it be the largest pumpkin or the hay or grasses that they've grown and cut. It just the overall opportunity for the youth of our county to show and learn valuable skills, leadership skills, life skills.
The county fairgrounds are managed by the Fair Board. The board also sets the time and numbers of all fairs, agriculture shows, and events held there.
We've got a 9-person board. There's 3 from each commissioner district, 1 coming on every year, so you got to serve a 3-year term.
That term is an elected office. You would go and apply in late January, and the election's held in February, and you'd start your new term the first March meeting.
Funds to operate the fairgrounds come from rental fees for its usage, donations, and county government. But the impact is often much greater than the money spent.
The economic benefit to this community 4 or 5 years ago was in excess of $6 million. We think we're doing a new economic impact study. We believe we're approaching $10 million economic impact annually to this community.
Those people buy fuel, they buy food, they stay in our hotels and motels, they go and watch the movies while they're here, they go and shop while they're here, and the economic impact for the county is just very, very large.
Another duty of county government is emergency management.
Usually we're not federally recognized, but a county commissioner and his crew are always the first responder for anything. If it's a tornado, if it's a fire, whatever it is, our equipment, our men are the first people there.
When tornadoes, floods, and ice storms come your way, emergency management is in action.
In emergency management, it can be very unique. Depending on the different county or the different area that it might be in. But there's some fundamental foundation functions of emergency management. One of those, probably most important in being, is maintaining the county's emergency operations plan.
That plan has a lot of contact information that keeps all the response agencies current, including myself. The sheriff, the fire, the police, the EMS, those are kind of what you call the primary first responders.
The county office also coordinates with the Oklahoma Department of Emergency Management, federal agencies, and local emergency responders to prepare for emergencies and disasters.
Some of the other things that the emergency manager is responsible for is coordination, whether that be coordination of resources and personnel within the county, your traditional emergency response resources like your sheriff's department, fire departments, EMS, but also coordinating outside resources that might have to come into the county as mutual aid response to assist the county for a larger scale event.
And the job of the emergency manager doesn't stop after the emergency is over.
We're also looking at that recovery aspect of our job, because we're looking for, when the event begins to wind down, how can we get our community back to normal, so to say, as quickly as possible.
The County Board of Health and the County Health Department are the local connection to the State Commissioner of Health and the State Board of Health.
County health departments are a function of county government.
We provide clinical services that are consistent throughout the state and consumer protection services throughout the state.
Each one's a little different and unique for its population.
Sometimes people think of the county health department as being where you can go to get an immunization or family planning, or those people that inspect restaurants. But our overarching goal is to improve the health of the community.
Any county with a health department is required to have a county board of health.
We have a 5-member board of health that is appointed.
Those 5 members are appointed by the State Commissioner of Health, by local county commissioners, and by the county district judge.
And their primary function is to approve our budget.
You know, different counties have different needs, and so they just want to make sure that any directives that come down from the state are really what is unique for this particular county.
Funding for the County Health Department comes from multiple sources.
We have, of course, local funding, which comes from local millage, which is from property tax.
We have state funds, which are then somewhat matched with those county funds. And then we have federal funds that come through the State Health Department for various programs and services.
Citizens who are asked to serve on these boards and organizations represent their friends and neighbors throughout the county.
One might be a farmer rancher, one might be an attorney, one might be a homemaker. We try to, on all of these boards and commissions, is to bring together a good combination so that you have a good rapport of ideas and solutions coming together.